I'm an idiot first time player, and I picked Ranger, so all I can do is shoot my bow. That's it. That's my turn. Now I gotta wait for 20 minutes while other spellcasters and stuff try to figure out what they want to do.
Well, and that's why.
Wow.
Hello and welcome to VTTV. I'm Zach.
And I'm Eli.
We're back at it with more Super Mario World.
It's been a little while.
It has been a minute since we played this. I think it's definitely been a minute since we added a video to the channel of Mario.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on recently did VR and Chibi Robo.
Yeah, trying to get
doing back. Doing your wobbly life that just skyrocketed our views for some reason.
Give the people what they want, I guess. Dang. There we go.
I guess we need to start doing like Minecraft content now, and because the kids yearn for the mines. That's weird.
That was a weird interaction, but okay. Yes, everyone knows kids. Every child yearns to be in the mines.
All right, what are the controls again?
We'll do. You got run, dash, spin.
Wait, I thought I beat this one. I did.
Did you? Okay. Well, rewind.
Yep. Yeah, I beat that one at the end.
Gotcha.
I kind of cheesed it a little bit. Oh, I don't remember this at all. I saw you play it, but
it's
what?
invincible. Hence why.
Well, let me get out of it. Oh, what? Oh, well, at least I don't die. Okay.
Back into Mario. Back in the Mario mindset, right? But what was I gonna say? Kids yearn for the mines, which is the why. What is it? The Deep Rock Galactic is popular.
What?
Deep Rock Galactic.
I don't know what that is.
It's a game about mines. You play as dwarves. You're mining. It's great.
Oh my gosh. You mean you play as little Snow White and the Seven Little People?
No, you play as literal dwarves, like fantasy dwarves, but sci-fi.
Like Snow White and the Seven Dwarves is fantasy dwarves.
I don't want to talk about Snow White.
Oh no.
No, that like the whole thing about Snow White and like with the live action remake and all this stuff. So I'm just like, oh yeah, this is why I haven't seen a live action remake of a Disney movie in.
I haven't seen a single one of them. I haven't seen any of their live actions. If
I
ever saw one, I would probably see The Lion King, but I just don't care.
Well, I've heard The Lion King is like one of the worst ones just because the whole point of like animated is they could put personality and charm on animals. And
yeah, but I think it's like
actual
the
real
least
animals. You can't really see them smiling.
I think it's like the least like empty because of their political message, I guess.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm trying to say. Like it's still pretty true to what the heart of the story is.
I mean, it's just Hamlet with lions.
Yeah. Yeah, like the whole thing about like from what I heard, and I don't know if it's true, but what I heard was that Peter Dinklage kind of made a stink about using the term dwarf. It's like, but they're not talking about little people. They're talking about fantasy dwarves.
Fantastical dwarves, yeah. But, you know, what you gonna do? I get that, because it used to be like dwarf was the, like, politically correct terminology.
Oh, what?
Like growing up, I remember, like, dwarf was what you called little people. Mm-hmm. And the derogatory term, I don't remember what it was.
Midget?
Midget, yeah, that's the derogatory one. And it was like, and then, you know, terminology, I get it, terms change, how language is used changes over time. And I can't decide what's offensive to people because they're the ones who are offended. I can choose to associate and not associate with people who get offended by certain things, or who don't get offended by certain things. But beyond that, it's like, whatever you want to be called, my guy. I don't really have a strong opinion on it. This is outrageous.
This game.
To be fair, this is like the hardest.
Yeah, you're on a much harder level than I am right now. Oh, come on, jump! I'm hitting jump!
You're on ice, man. Ice physics. Everyone knows you can't jump on ice.
I hate this game.
Well, we're almost at the end of it.
I don't know why that reminded me. I've been playing a lot of, and I don't even want to say how much of it I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, and the game is supposed to have different conditions on the floor. Like you could have an icy floor.
Right.
You could have
D&D.
wet. It's D&D. And what? I'm playing as a Tempest Cleric, which is very lightning heavy. And so wet floors are supposed to be conduits of lightning.
Right.
And I even have a special pair of boots called the Water Sparkers boots or something like that. And it says when you stand on a wet surface, you electrify the wet surface. And I've got it comboed with like a ring that I don't take lightning damage from lightning surfaces. I've got a also my boots is like if you have an electric charge, it deals damage if somebody stands on the water. I've got a staff that's like whenever I cast a spell or cantrip, I get 2 electric charge. I've got it built
around it
to be this lightning damaging dude. But for some reason, I don't know if it's a bug in the game, whenever I stand on a wet surface, it does not get electrically charged. And it's ruining my build.
Yeah, I don't know, because I haven't played the game.
Jump!
Because for me, it was I know that if I get it, I'm gonna
Gosh darn it!
I'm gonna want to spend 60, 70, 80 hours in the game.
It's been a full-time job for me. I'm averaging over 40 hours a week.
Nice. I don't have that kind of time. I'm a parent, and I just don't have that kind of time.
Yeah, it helps that I'm a single guy. But, I mean, I don't think I would be putting this much time into it if I wasn't trying to beat it before September 5th.
Right.
Because it's a very long game, and Starfield is going to be my priority. In fact, like, I waited to start Baldur's Gate because I was like, I don't have time before Starfield, and if I stop playing it so that I can play Starfield, I'm going to forget what I did in the game. I'm going to forget, the character stories. I'm going to forget the main... I'm just going to forget everything. So I was like, I'm not going to get Baldur's Gate because Starfield's going to be priority. But then my friends just kept talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I'll just get it a week later than when it came out, and I'll just like rush through it as much as I can. I'm skipping a lot of side stuff and just trying to
get the maximum amount.
Why am I struggling so much with this one turtle shell? No, I'm just...
To be fair, we're both kind of struggling.
I'm trying to just plow through it and just beat it as fast as I can. Then I'll go play Starfield when it comes out, and then whenever I get back to playing Baldur's Gate again, that's when I'll like talk to every NPC and do everything and
do the Skyrim thing.
Just be more slow and deliberate about it and just enjoy the whole game. But it's a lot of fun. I'm surprised I like it as much as I do because I don't think I've said on the channel, but I think I've said to you, I don't particularly like D&D. Like, it's fine. I just like having a tabletop thing to do with friends.
Right. It's not D&D
and it just it's not D&D in Whoa, come on. It's not D&D in particular. I just like playing with friends. It's same with first-person shooters. Right. But and what I do like about D&D is the role play. I don't like D&D combat, and I think part of that is because you're just sitting there
you're waiting your turn.
20 minutes waiting on the other players to do their turns, and our group is good about this, but in other groups I've played with, it's like, okay, Tim, it's your turn. And he's like, just starts staring at his character sheet.
Like, now
I guess I'll do I'll do Hail of Thorns, and you're just like, I already know what I'm gonna do because I'm an idiot first time player, and I picked Ranger, so all I can do is shoot my bow. That's it. That's my turn. Now I gotta wait for 20 minutes while other spellcasters and stuff try to figure out what they want to do.
Well, and that's why.
Wow.
I was doing so good. Well, that's like, I love D&D. Hate turn-based games. Mm-hmm. Like, never been a fan of turn-based games. Like, the few turn-based games I will actually actively play are like Paper Mario and Superstar Sega, and those games where you actually are still playing during your turn. You're not just waiting for the enemy to do something. Like, I've never been a fan of Pokemon. Never liked to play Pokemon.
I don't feel like there's a lot of waiting in Pokemon.
It's not that there's way. It's just it's turn based.
Why didn't I? I was on top of him.
That was a weird interaction. I'm just not a fan of turn based. Like I just don't like turn based. I think what happened is you were standing on the slope, and so you were no longer in the falling state. So the game is just like, oh, you're on the ground, so you take damage. I think that's what just happened. But
go ahead.
Not a fan of turn based in general. Like, but D&D, I love the collaborative storytelling aspect of it, which is the DM is guided, it has the bullet points, or the instructions for the heist, but the players determine whether the Benny Hill music is what's playing in the background, or Ave Maria. So that aspect of it, and I DM and I play, as you know, Eli. And as a DM, like I really enjoy the strategy aspect of like being able to build encounters and attack them. I forgot, I can't jump off those guys. Encounters and stuff around players, so that players have a fun, so you're able to do the cool things. I shoot stuff at the monk so that the monk can actually use deflect missile, and that sort of thing. So. And I'm willing to bend the rules a little bit just to make sure that you get your cool moments and all that. But at the same time, there's that risk, right?
Why did I jump?
You didn't have to jump. You have that, that the fact that anything cool, like if my players ever take silvery barbs or start spamming counterspell in every encounter, you best bet that I'm going to give my enemies the same abilities, the same potentials.
I was gonna say like piercing resistance.
Well, that too. I mean, it's balancing encounters, right? Which y'all just went through a pretty beefy encounter. Last session 2 weeks ago. We've been off for 2 weeks because our host, his wife is the party host is. His wife is going through some health issues, so we're trying to lessen the burden on him as much as we can. So that he can be present with his kids, so that his wife can recuperate and all that. It's not something like we're not bashing him for it or anything. Like, oh come on, I didn't even touch that, because he's a good guy. But we haven't played in 2 weeks, so we're supposed to play tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. The joke is that Ben keeps making is that I have a reputation.
Why did I do
that? If we stop a session in the middle of combat. And we have a week between combat, in the same combat cycle, I'll come back with a game plan and usually trivializes something. Like I come back with a plan, and it's usually a pretty great plan. Not that I'm great at planning, but I really like that aspect of the game. And so as the DM for this campaign, Benjamin keeps talking about I'm scared because Zach's had like 3 weeks to play.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun though.
I have something to say about that, but before I forget, what I was going to say about Baldur's Gate is I'm surprised that since I don't like D&D, and since I especially don't like D&D combat, my favorite thing about Baldur's Gate is the combat.
Right.
And I think part of that is because you have a party of 4. It'd be your character and 3 NPCs, but you control all 4 of you in combat. So it's like...
Well, there is multiplayer as well, right?
There is also multiplayer. There is significantly less waiting in Baldur's Gate combat, because you're in control of 4 people,
right?
And I had it on hard mode at first. Good gosh,
it
was
struggling.
It was called like Tactician was the hard mode, because I was like, I know D&D pretty well. I want to try something strategically challenging, but at first that was a mistake because like I know D&D, but I don't know Baldur's Gate,
right?
And that's where I was getting stuck a lot, was trying to figure out how combat in Baldur's Gate works, like what you can interact with in the environment. I was accidentally skipping turns sometimes, and on tactical mode, you just don't have a margin of error to skip action phases. But I thought I switched it to balance mode. Turns out I didn't. I've still been playing it on hard mode this whole time, and I feel like for where I am now, I don't know what I've got, probably 58 hours in the game. I don't feel like I'm where I should be at 58 hours, but I've since moved it back to normal mode because some of these encounters have been stupid hard, and I'm hoping that will help me progress through the game faster now because I'm not going to get bogged down with incredibly difficult combat. Golly! Going back to what you were saying, though, about you having weeks to prepare, I've told Greg, I think, like, there are times where I just don't want to tell you what I'm doing.
What you're doing.
I want you to be surprised by my plan in the moment, so you can't like have a reason to be like, no, that's not going to work for you because of this. And I'm like when I do my what do you call it? Like, I've got a ring that lets me change one letter of a spell, and I always like to surprise Zach with what that one letter is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's and you've had some really cool things like Arcane Look and what was it, Child Touch or Baby Touch?
It was
Child Touch, yeah, with chill.
It was supposed to be Chill Touch, and I was like, I want to make this Child Touch so that this guy he's put on a sex offender registry.
Which the word, so it's a homebrew item, clear, obviously, but the wording is that DM ultimately decides what effect happens. Like if it's something like that, like that's. You call into question a whole bunch of things like, is there an offender registry in this universe? Sorry, I'm paying attention. So I think I ended up having you roll for it, if I remember correctly, because I didn't want to outright tell you no.
I don't think so. I think that was an outright no, and I had something else I tried. I think I tried instead of cure wounds, I tried core wounds to give him a hernia, and I think that's the one I had to roll for.
Yeah.
It didn't end up working. Yeah, I didn't give him a hernia.
Nope. But it's also like, it's one of those things like the level of the spell, like if a first level spell, even with an altered name, is it really going to be a 9th level effect kind of deal? So there's all that.
I don't feel like a hernia is a 9th level effect.
I know, but I was just using that as an example because like for Child Touch, like what is the effect of a Child Touch realistically?
He goes to prison.
Well, as far as power scaling goes,
yeah.
I don't know why I'm carrying this POW block with me everywhere, but we're doing it. So that's all stuff you have to think about as the DM. All right, you are a super player. Oh,
I thought I was going to say superstar.
Faster text scrolling than half the games we play.
I know, right?
All right, so that's the final level of the Star World, which means something's going to happen, and I'm curious to see how long it takes you to realize that something has happened. I mean, you should notice very quickly as you play.
Like I'm about to notice on this level right here?
Yes, you should.
That enemy changed to look like... Hang on, I'm going to... For the sake of...
Yeah, you go ahead, because right now, we're out. The only level we have left is Bowser.
The shells look like Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, why do I struggle so much with that spot?
Yeah, I think you just... Because you didn't grow up with this game, the movement is... You're just not comfortable with the movement.
No, I don't like how, I've said many times, I don't like how slippery, golly, I don't like how slippery this platformer is.
Mm-hmm.
God, I've put down the Switch for a while because, I finished with Tears of the Kingdom.
Baldur's Gate.
And now I'm playing Baldur's. So I'm back out of the habit of knowing which button I'm supposed to hit on a Switch controller. And I'm trying to, play a little bit more stuff on Xbox to get ready for Starfield.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to do any kind of live stream with Starfield. We've never live streamed.
Right.
Obviously. One more time. We've never live strum. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how it works, but I said one more time, but
you gotta at least beat this level.
And I don't know why I'm doing so bad. My first attempt at this was actually kind of okay. Yeah,
so because I've thought about live streaming Starfield as well, and for me, I'm playing on occasion when I can, because with the kids, and right now I'm working for a startup, so my work is I'm spending a lot of time at work.
Yeah, I feel like if any of us, what is that?
It's the Koopa.
Oh, it's the Koopa. I feel like if any of us was going to do it, it would have to be me.
Right. There is a star in that, but you already used your power, so.
Why didn't I grab the fire? Why was that slippery? That wasn't even ice. All right.
Everything's ice. Everything is ice.
That was not ice. It did not look like ice.
Everything in this level is ice.
I keep. This is the last try. Oh, and also, like, Dark Souls has been getting me in the Xbox controller habit, but my roommate has been out of town for like 3 weeks, so we haven't been able to record Dark Souls. No! Well, whatever.
I mean, you could always go back and play it to Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I want to. See, back a while ago, it was, I don't want to play Skyward Sword if I can play Tears of the Kingdom. And then I beat Tears of the Kingdom. And now it's, I don't want to play Tears of the Kingdom if I... Why is it so slippery? I don't want to play Tears of the Kingdom if I can be playing Baldur's Gate. But I do need to get back... not Tears of the Kingdom. I don't want to play Skyward Sword when Baldur's Gate's right there. But I do need to play
and we now
Skyward
have
Sword again.
A lovely fall color scheme on the prior map zone.
To show that time has passed.
Well, it's what happens whenever you beat the Star Worlds.
That was a John Mulaney reference.
Time after time.
You want to do one more? You're going to Bowser's Castle now, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing we have left to do now. But
go ahead and do one run of Bowser's Castle and call it.
I'll do a run of Bowser, yeah. I'm trying to remember which one's Bowser's. I think it's this one. And if it's not, we get to spend another 7 seconds. Nailed it.
That's it.
All right, we want to go front door or back door?
Do whatever you want.
I'll go front door. It makes a longer level.
Oh, no.
Let's go 2. I do, again, I've said it before, but I really like the build your own level aspect of this this particular Bowser Castle, where you get to choose what challenges you get to face. That was not difficult.
No, it didn't look difficult.
So that I really like this Bowser Castle. It's among all the Bowser... I picked the underwater level. That was a mistake.
Why didn't you go straight to 8?
Because it doesn't matter which one you hit. It's just going to advance you.
You just have to do 2 of them. One of the first 4, one of the back 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I don't like underwater. At least, I mean...
Especially because it's underwater combined with waiting.
Yep, and we all know my opinion on waiting in video games. See, look, this is a fun gameplay right here. I just get to stand here, and I'm not in any peril or threat or anything. It's not hard.
I'm surprised that didn't overload the...
It's a little bit
the game
delayed.
right there. It looked like it was about to, and it didn't.
Whee!
Nice.
All right. Don't remember what the light does in particular.
It doesn't look like it highlights blocks or something.
Oh, I totally hit that guy.
You hit him.
Actually, I don't think you can cape these guys. That might be what it was. And the game is the console is not moving quickly. I don't know what the point of that light was because it didn't really do much. And here we are with Bowser.
Is this the first time we've seen the
clown car?
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Not first time you and I have seen it, but just is this the first game with the clown car?
I want to say no. I feel like
I like Bowser's design a lot.
Yeah, all the design choices in this game are super dope.
He looks infinitely better than the N64 Bowser.
So long, gay Bowser.
N64 Bowser's rough.
Yeah, well, it's N64. Nobody looks great in Mario 64.
Mario looks fine.
He still looks pretty rough. Yeah, IMO.
I was gonna say that better not be the end of it.
No. It's the final boss of the game, man.
Well, I mean, Nintendo likes to do their, do the gimmick 3 times.
Hit the enemy 3 times, 3 or 5, right?
Yeah, it's usually 3. In this game, it's been 3.
Whee!
This doesn't look that hard.
No.
But
Well,
I'm sure I would probably struggle with
to
it.
be fair, it's like nothing here is unexpected for me. Like I know where things are, when things are going to happen. Like the fire drop down things, I know that they skip one tile, so you're able to. Dang it! I thought it was going to go all the way over there. Here we go. So you can just stand on one of the tiles, and the floor will show you where it's safe and all that fun stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty chill boss
How does
fight.
he keep that many balls in that little clown car?
And Princess Peach.
Oh, and Princess
She's
Peach is in
there,
there.
too.
He's got a bag of holding in his. Can you jump on top of him?
No, he's got horns.
Okay. I don't like that reason you just gave, because I feel like you've jumped on top of other people with horns in this game.
Nope. In this game, if they have horns, you cannot land on top of them without taking damage.
At least the
there's Peach.
wait. Oh,
That's where I got that mushroom earlier. He broke my little guy.
to say, how long is that
Very
gonna last?
I do like the Nintendo's design choices here as far as like teaching you as a player, because it did the whole like he jumped up and down for a bit, and then it's integrated both mechanics of him bouncing and you trying to throw the bomb boy. Can't land a single bomb though.
How did that not hit him?
Because I suck. I'm so good at this game.
I mean, you got to be close to the end, right?
Probably. There we go. Thank you.
It sucks that you can only throw it straight up instead of.
I think that's it. Well, it's like the what is it? Yoshi's Island on the SNES has a much more interesting Bowser fight than this one does. Mm-hmm. Which I freaking love Yoshi's Island. It's fantastic.
Aww.
That's right, Luigi. You get that kiss, man. Mario's
Adventure
adventure
is
is
over.
over. Mario, the princess. Mario's the princess. Yoshi and his friends are going to take a vacation. Probably play some tennis, maybe ride some karts,
Some golf.
golf, go to the Olympics even if they wanted to.
The new Mario Golf kind of looked fun, but I never got it.
I've never played a Mario Golf actually.
I
I just don't like
haven't either.
like the only golf game I've played is like Golf with Friends.
It's a game called Golf with Friends?
Yeah. And it's like mini golf, but there's a bunch of silly party game aspects to it, which are fun and interesting. But that ends Super Mario World on the SNES. Thank you so much for joining us for this series, however many episodes it ended up being.
Sorry for putting up with my bad gaming.
It's okay. I mean, they put up with my bad gaming during Double Dash, so we're good.
That was one video.
It was like 2 hours.
Maybe we need to go back to Double Dash. Just so I can look competent again.
Well, I was thinking about that because one of our viewers told me that the episodes where neither of us know what we're doing are the best ones.
Yeah.
Or at least where the person playing doesn't know what they're doing. So we'll see. We got more content coming down the pipeline. Now that we've finished Mario, we'll probably find another game to fill this spot. But join us next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Bye.